First of all is this. You've all seen this, or many of you have seen this by now. Last week, former GP avoids jail after attempting to engage in sexual communication with a child. It made the Rochdale news, it made the Bury news and all that. It didn't make the Oldham news. Why should it have made the Oldham news? This former GP's surgery, where he did all of these things, was in Burnham in Oldham. Maybe Charlotte Green, Local Democracy Matters, would like to clarify why it was not in the Oldham papers, or she did not write it and it didn't make the MEN to say the surgery was in Oldham. Do you not think it's relevant that the place where he did what he did from? He might live in Rochdale, but what he did in his surgery in Oldham. There you go. Umar Tahir, sentence 8 months. Nothing in there. Made subject of a sexual harm prevention order for 10 years. Barred from being a GP. 10 years under sex offenders registration. Didn't even merit that his surgery was in Oldham. Burnham, Oldham.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them. On the 20th of November 2003, James Ignatius O'Rourke McMahon was elected councillor for the Failsworth East Ward of Oldham. Deeply ambitious, he ruthlessly rose to power, and by 2011, he was already leader of the council. In 2015, exploiting a Labour Party loophole, he became MP for Oldham West and Royton. If only the people of the town knew then what they now know. Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.
Here's Sean with his mate Andy Burnham. Yeah, remember? Sean Fielding receives an income because he chairs something, enterprise, I think, of the partnership or something. He chairs for Andy Burnham, so he gets an extra amount of money for that on top of his Oldham Council leader money. And of course, then his girlfriend has got herself a job there. Andy Burnham vows to hunt down child sex predators in Oldham, is what Nick Jackson reported last year. Andy Burnham has yet to make a statement as to why his investigative team are delayed by a further 6 months. Sean Fielding has yet to make a statement about this teacher, William Brown, and which schools he accessed children in Oldham. That's him there. And now we have child porn shame of the pervert table tennis coach hidden in plain sight, December 2010. Remember I talked about 2010 and Failsworth School? A businessman who coached young table tennis players secretly built up a revolting collection of child porn. It's not child porn, I keep saying it, and these newspaper journalists will sooner or later have to understand it. It's child abuse. Company manager Peter Aspin, 54, was trapped after police searched his home following a tip-off in Oldham. The newspaper article, by the way, doesn't put his photograph in. And you can type in Peter Aspin in Google and it'll come up. 2010. Guess where he was coaching table tennis? That's right, isn't it, Sean Fielding? Sean Fielding still refuses to comment on Failsworth School and the revelations that have come out on Failsworth School. That go back 20 years, maybe. Well, here it is in 2010. If this man was accessing children in your school or in your youth centre because he's a table tennis player who coached young table tennis players, it's there in the headline, should we not have been told? And once again, to those who call me a far-right activist, I have no idea what background Peter Aspin is or was, but it sounds like a white male to me. No, what draws all of us together who are fighting against this is we stand against the abuse of our children, and we stand against the council cover-up of the abuse of our children, and we stand against the politicians' complicity in the abuse of our children. He's gone all quiet, hasn't he? For a man who likes to go and do the headlines, blasting sickening people over child sex allegations. And that's one of the more moderate headlines. I'm sure the other one was making up child sex allegations, because Charlotte Green and her paper had to rewrite the headline 3, 4, 5 times. Come on, Fielding. Deny that one of these individuals here is not a close associate or friend of yours. Deny that he did not get engaged to his former student when she was 18. Deny that the relationship did not start when they were in school or when she was a minor. Deny that he was allowed to continue teaching in school for another decade or two before something else happened that you've all conveniently hidden and he's disappeared. How can any parent in this town trust this man when he would have known that one of his mates in that band, who was a teacher, got engaged to one of his students when he turned 18? When did that relationship start? And I use the term loosely, relationship. Why was he allowed to continue teaching? What else did he then do? How many more? Because we've come up with more. We've given you more. Classrooms locked. If it feels good, go with it. Whilst a teacher has his hands up a young girl's skirt. Failsworth School. What was McMahon going to do? Sue me? Sue me. This man needs to step down. In fact, he needs to be arrested. The police should have arrested him by now for other matters. But the police are dragging their heels, and no doubt the police somehow get hold of my videos. So I'm happy with them, knowing how I feel about that. 90,000 crimes, was it? 90,000 crimes Greater Manchester Police failed to record. A significant amount of them to do with vulnerable women and girls. They were all complicit, Lynn. All of them were complicit. The headmaster, the governing body, all of them. I think the chair of governors at the time was the MP. Oh, sorry, David, I didn't know that, but wow. So the table tennis coach was chairman and child welfare officer of the County Table Tennis Association. Remember, slipped the news out just before Christmas that their investigation was going to report at least 6 months, or at least into the summer. No reason what the delay was for. We've been able to piece together little bits, which include that the MP for Oldham West and Royton, Jim McMahon, has now also been questioned by his team. Barefaced lies, remember? Barefaced lies.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.